America is an exceptional nation, and at the root of our exceptionalism is the fact that our national philosophy celebrates the primacy of the individual and the supremacy of God. President Obama and Obamacare has tried to keep a promise that he made 5 days before he was elected, when he said that we were a week away from fundamentally transforming America. To transform America, you have to go right at that national philosophy. So Obama's philosophy celebrates the primacy of the collective good and the supremacy of the central or federal government. And he's had to attack religious liberty. So my horror stories can be found in the stories of the Little Sisters of the Poor. Absolutely. Where they, in their celebration of life, oppose any drug that kills babies. That is a matter of their conscience. The Obama administration, defending Obamacare and advancing that policy, is going after the Little Sisters of the Poor. Yes. You take Hobby Lobby, a business organization that has not only added value to our economy, but has celebrated what America is all about, and that is the free enterprise system. Folks of good conscience that have delivered quality health care to their employees. Obamacare disrespects their exercise of a free conscience and is going after Hobby Lobby. The horror story here is that there is a basic disrespect for what frames our exceptionalism. And if I can just say this, the second paragraph of the Declaration of Independence says, "We hold these truths to be self-evident." My dad used to say, that's a very sophisticated way of saying any knucklehead should be able to get this. That at the end of the day, in that paragraph, it establishes that our human rights, our fundamental rights, are gifts from God, not grants from government.
Amen.
And so the horror story that I share with you, that many businesses and business owners of conscience, is that there is a direct attack that people are starting to experience in their everyday lives.
Absolutely.
On the most fundamental thing that makes this an exceptional nation.
Alex.
Well, thank you so much for having me here, and it's a great honor to sit up here on the stage with these two distinguished gentlemen.
Your mic, is it on?
I think so.
Okay. Technical difficulties. No microphone.
Is it? There it is.
Is it on in the
It's
back?
on now.
It's on now?
No,
No, that was me.
Oh,
Is it back here? Let me see.
Turn the button.
You know, we have the tweeting down and everything else, but the mic, is it on now? No, okay. Can we get a mic from backstage for Alex? A handheld?
You sure it's not?
Here.
Excuse me, boy.
You can share mine.
There you go.
Can we share?
That'll work.
Oh wait, now it's working.
Okay, it's working. Yay! Okay, Alex.
Just put this here in case. Well, thanks so much. Hello? Is this working?
Okay. Woo!
Well, thank you so much for having me here. As I mentioned before, it's a great honor to sit up here with two distinguished gentlemen who have fought hard for the conservative movement, and I've looked up to being a young person in the movement. I want to give a special shout out to my college Republicans in the audience, many of whom traveled very far to be here. And I think in terms of personal stories, young people are the most affected by this law. I mean, by the president's own estimates, 40% of the enrollees have to be young and healthy in order to subsidize the old and the sick. So young people are really feeling the pain on this one, and I see it just in everyday stories with my friends, you know, a lot of whom are independent contractors, do their own kind of work, and purchase these so-called junk plans that they self-selected, that they put a lot of research and a lot of time into, only to have them canceled and have their premiums go up. I've seen a lot of young people have their hours cut at the part-time jobs that they have to put themselves through school and to help out with expenses. And you just, I mean, it's so sad to see every day, you know, someone posting a cancellation letter, someone posting something that they weren't expecting based on the president's promises. And young people value authenticity more than anything, and they know when they've been misled, and I strongly believe that they see that the president was not truthful when he said that if you liked your plan, you could keep it, and that premiums would not rise for young people. So, you know, these are the stories that are coming out of this are especially affecting young people, a lot of whom don't have a voice, you know, in the back rooms with lobbyists and that sort of thing. So
and didn't vote for Obama either. Let's talk about Senator Reid for a second. I just can't let this comment go. Last week says, quote, "Despite all the good news, there's plenty of horror stories being told. All are untrue, but they're being told all over America." End quote. I lost my dad to a year-long battle with cancer just before CPAC last year. And I can't imagine sitting at home listening to Senator Reid with my dad dying in his bed and the violated feeling that I would have and disgust, because my dad's story wouldn't be real. Let's start with you, Congressman Price. What are your reactions to that?
Well, it's absolutely astounding.